Captains of Industry, brought to you by Airtel.
Welcome back. Now, Martin Zimmerman is fairly new in his job as CEO of Mercedes-Benz South Africa, but he's been with the company for just about 10 years, formerly head of products and process strategy unit. He's also been the head of strategy alliances and business innovation. He recently unveiled plans, for instance, here in South Africa to build a new plant valued at over 2 billion rands. In it, they'll be creating more jobs and producing more cars for the domestic and export market. Now, that's despite challenging operating environment that he's spoken out so frankly in the media. But Martin Zimmerman is here for the long haul. He's our captain of industry tonight, and I thank you for staying with us. To be CEO of Mercedes-Benz, do you have to be German?
Definitely not. And just give you an idea, I think we just named the future site leader and plant leader in East London, our manufacturing plant, to be a South African, which will be Arno van der Merwe. And I think the last 15 years or so, the last 20 years, they had all been a German. So we have grown local leaders who can take over the most challenging jobs here and who are integrated as part of our network, Daimler network. It's very important, obviously, when you want to be successful in South Africa, that you also are accepted within the group and have international experience. So I'm very confident then in the future you will also see a non-German CEO here in South Africa.
You know, but I think, you know, although that's a bit of a nationalistic question, there is a sense that even with the other German automakers, they also have that tendency where you are trained in the company for over a decade. Many of you come with engineering and scientific skills. So you hone in your skill set within the company. And when we talk about the skills deficit in South Africa, it speaks to just that, is that, you know, you don't just want a CEO who can drive sales, but who actually understands the nuts and bolts of the product as well. So the skills transfer then from Mercedes-Benz, how well have you done?
Well, I think what we are pushing now, and I've started that as one of my first things, actually, I got started really to get a lot more rotation going between South Africa and Germany, but also other parts of Daimler. Because I think this is so essential, as you just said, to hone the skills, to build experience, to see how the whole machine Daimler is run basically on a worldwide basis and how South Africa fits in. Without that experience, we have not that much of a chance to succeed here. But again, that means that we will see more South Africans also here to go out for 3 years, maybe 5 years, or multiple stints to other parts of Daimler and get experience, and then eventually we have one or the other colleague will come back as a future leader here. I'm absolutely convinced about that.
I mean, obviously, we're talking about how people wish one day in their life they could drive a Mercedes. Now, you've got a lot of choice. You're spoiled for choice. But which is your favorite? Careful what you say.
It's a very dangerous question, yeah. No, definitely. I think, frankly, as a family vehicle, I definitely enjoy our M-Class or the GL in particular, because it gives you all the size. It gives you the, all you need if you go a bit off-road, but you know, you can also drive it as like a normal passenger vehicle on the highway. Here currently I'm driving an S-Class, which is obviously very convenient if you travel here in the city, and gives you all the comfort, especially here in the weather. You know, it's easy, smooth, you can do the work inside, so that's very nice. So, but I think what's nice, we have basically all kinds of cars for very different needs. So if you don't want to just select one, you may choose 2 or 3 and then choose every day a different one if you like.
I need an honest answer from you now. An honest answer from you now. Have you ever driven a car that was not a Mercedes?
Absolutely, sure. I think we all start that way,
And which was your favorite, that one or the Mercedes experience? Careful what you say.
I think the Mercedes experience is great, but I agree with you, we are a bit spoiled because we have it every day. And in fact, when I was just down at the plant, we had one of the leadership circles where we also invited about 20-25 people from the line, from the assembly line, the operations. It's quite exciting to see the passion of the people for Mercedes, and also the dream, when can I one day drive my own Mercedes? And so this is something where actually we are very spoiled and very fortunate that we have that opportunity, but where we are going great strides also to make sure that our people can do that also.
Well, when you're not driving a Mercedes, you're actually riding a bicycle. Tell me about your love for cycling.
Well, it's mostly in Germany, obviously, and in Germany I think it's just a great way to get out a bit of the city and to be in the countryside, enjoy whatever's around. You can stop and swim in a lake, and you can stop and picnic or whatever. So that's what we love to do. We, meaning basically my wife, mostly myself, my dog normally is with us, and sometimes our daughter joins us. So we love to be out there and to be mobile at the same time, and to go with a bike wherever you maybe also can't go with a car.
Just given the variations obviously between a South African lifestyle and a European lifestyle, and I do say we've got the best weather if nothing else, was it a major adjustment for you coming here, and you and your family?
Not really. I think there's. I was surprised for the first. It was the first time here in South Africa, actually in March, and the warm welcome I received here was really overwhelming. And so the people and the country are really beautiful and very nice and warm and welcoming. So that was very nice. Obviously, when I came here in May, it turned out to be winter. So I was also surprised to have some cold nights in a flat where I didn't have any heating at the beginning. But now it's obviously beautiful, and the lifestyle is changed in a way that we spend a lot more time outside. We can golf a bit, what we couldn't do as much in Germany. And I think, again, the interaction with the neighbors and other people around is very, very nice and very open.
Your business ethos, you know, you spoke about the need to mentor a new generation of leader, your interactions with people on the plants, on site. Is that indicative of the man that you are, or are you just doing an orientation because you're new to the job, or that's actually how you lead?
No, that's how I lead. I think I don't have any different leadership style than I used to have in Germany, and that has grown over many years. Obviously, I strongly believe that you can only be successful as a CEO if you have a very motivated team behind you, if you make sure that they have the right skills. But also then you basically set the course jointly, and then everybody knows what his job is in that direction. So as a CEO, obviously you have much less power than you normally think, because you can't do anything else. You know, I'm not selling the cars, I'm not providing the service, so I have to motivate my people. I have to have the right people, and the lower that is in the ranks, actually, the better, because even the next level can't do the job. So we need to bring it down, which is actually one of the things which we are currently trying to do. Establishing teams which are on a daily basis working with our dealers on the sales side, and these are normally people just being named managers, basically the lowest management level, and they basically bear the highest responsibility in actually making the machine go, and we just try to help them actually to make that happen and build the whole boundary condition around it.
And who taught you what you know? Is it somebody within Mercedes and the Daimler Group, or you learned everything you know and understand and value from elsewhere?
Well, it was really a process. I think I was very fortunate that I could spend a few years actually as a consultant with McKinsey & Company, learning a lot about leaders, because I worked with many different characters at that time. And since then, I had the chance always to work with top leaders in the industry. First, during my time at Porsche with Wendelin Wiedeking, then with Eckhard Cordes, who is also a renowned business leader, Rüdiger Grube, who is now heading up Deutsche Bahn in Germany, and now Dieter Zetsche, and now Wolfgang Bernhard in the recent few months. So I have always been, very very
well supported
by them, and have learned a lot from them. And I think that gives you a lot of confidence that you're basically doing the right thing.
And what did they teach you? What is the common message that came from each and every one of those 4 mentors you mentioned?
I think the biggest thing is stay close to the people, and understand what they want, what they need, not in terms of pleasing them, but in terms of understanding also, do they know where they're going? Is there anything which holds them back? That's definitely one thing. You need to be tough on targets, but you need to be very close to the people. The second thing, I think, is obviously you need to make sure that the targets are really in place, and you can only jump as high as you desire or aspire to jump. So it's very clear you have some aspirational targets which maybe seem far out of reach, but at the same time, that's, I think, what energizes also the troops to go behind, if you give them the confidence why we are able to reach it. And that's, I think, the second big thing I learned.
Meet those targets. How do you meet targets in the midst of volatile global markets, credit crises and all sorts of other things? Because even if you inspire your people, the conditions are just working against you. How do you keep a team motivated in an environment like that?
Well, again, one thing is being close to the people in terms of also communicating to them at any point in time where we are. So I also here I'm trying on a monthly level or even more frequently to inform my people and everybody in the company where we stand, what the market is doing, how we are doing relative to the competitors. Obviously, you also keep them focused on the competitors because at the same, as you say, when you don't know where the market is going, you at least want to be, you know, at the position in the market which you aspire. In our case, it's clearly market leadership. So whatever the market is doing, we are striving for that, and so we have a measure, at least a relative measure. Are we doing good or not so good? So the communication is one side, and the other thing is obviously you try to manage all the things which are related to stocks or fixed costs, which when the market turns sour, you basically have a big burden with. So it's not so difficult, but I think it means to really have to be on your feet every day and have to be close to your people who actually know very well what is happening there, and the dealers can tell you that quite well. So, but you have to listen.
Yeah. Okay, and a final question. Obviously, your new life is now in South Africa. Your big priority is Mercedes-Benz South Africa. But for the duration of your stay in South Africa, be it 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long you make this your new reality, what are the 3 things you absolutely must experience whilst you're here?
Well, it's maybe some of the classical things. I love the ocean, so I definitely want to see the whales and the penguins and everything what's out there, and I think the vast life in the ocean here. The second thing is obviously the Kruger National Park and everything around it. I haven't been there ever. And the third thing, I really want to learn or want to become a decent golf player in the next couple of years, which is maybe closer to home, but that obviously I can do again and continue in Germany.
Aha, and your handicap right now is?
I don't talk about it.
On that very shy and sheepish note, thank you so much to you for your time, Martin Zimmerman, who is the new CEO of Mercedes-Benz South Africa, saying that he believes in delegation. He also believes in inspiring your team and taking their insights and their experiences, making them his own, so that he understands the product, the environment in which he's working, and then he understands how to motivate them. New to South Africa, but already embracing the lifestyle that South Africa has to offer, and frank about his criticisms about the shortcomings that exist in the operating environment in South Africa, but saying with a new plant at over 2 billion rands and new cars to be produced for the local and export market, Mercedes-Benz South Africa is here to stay, and he's going to make sure of it. So the views there of the CEO of Mercedes-Benz South Africa, Martin Zimmerman.